evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our continuing coverage of Tewksbury High School basketball here on Tewksbury TV. Tonight we are back at the Romano, high above courtside, for a very interesting matchup here tonight as the Tewksbury Redmen under coach Joel Mignault off to a 7-8 start here to the season. Overall conference record at 6-7 are playing host to the Dracut Middies at 12-5 overall and 10-2 in conference play under coach Peter Witz. Good evening, I'm Vince Allo. Happy Valentine's Day to you and yours. I hope you're all enjoying a wonderful time with your significant other and also enjoying our coverage here on Tewksbury TV. Tewksbury Memorial High School is the scene, high above the Romano for this matchup. Let's go through the starting lineups tonight. Kat McDonald, Skylar Oth, Emily Pitcher, Sam Ryan, and Riley Dietz for your Redmen. Ashley Talbot, Brody Gannon, Mackenzie Murphy, Lamise Al-Assad, and Emily Felker for the Middies. It'll be Felker against Ryan to get things started. The Redmen in their home whites with red trim, and the Middies in the traveling Columbia blue. And we're underway. It's controlled by McDonald. Into the forecourt for Pitcher's three ball. Doink off the back of the rim. Ryan roars in for the rebound, no good. Battles for a second chance and is poked away. And a scrum along the baseline between Vietz and I didn't see who was on the floor there for Dracut, but the Redmen come up empty on their first play. And back the other way. Keep an eye on this one here. Number 5, Ashley Talbot, recently in the 1,000-point club for the Middies. She's got it across court here to the right wing for the long three ball from the right side for Gannon, no good. But the rebound put up and in by Felker. And the Middies lead it 2-0. Quickly the other way, the Redmen respond. They shred the defense and get it underneath the Vietz. Off the Pitcher feed from left to right. She lays it off the window. We're tied at 2, about a minute into this ball game. Redmen in that aggressive zone defense. And a long three ball from the corner is no good by Felker, I believe. But the other way, it's stolen away by Dracut as Gannon came up with the steal. And Vietz picks up the first personal, first on the team. Yeah, the Redmen cleared the air ball from the left corner. Tried to take it in transition, but it was taken away by Gannon, who went to the bucket. She gets the first free throw. Got another one coming. Programming note, originally scheduled for this Friday, senior night. Tewksbury and Lawrence in girls basketball is now Thursday night, 6:30, with tip-off here on Tewksbury TV for senior night, and I'll be here to bring you all that exciting coverage. 4-2, the Middies lead it as the Redmen break the press and get it in the forecourt. McDonald tried to go to Pitcher, and it's stolen away by Talbot. She saves it right in front of the bench to Gannon. Here comes the Middies. The floater from the free throw line is good by Gannon. Or excuse me, that is Talbot. And the Middies are off to a 6-2 lead, 6:24 left in this first period. Ball knocked away right at the scorer's table by the Middies defense. Oth puts it in play to Ryan, back to Oth, now to Vietz in the right corner to Ryan, right three ball, good! Ryan is on point with her first three-point salvo of the evening, and it cuts the lead to 1. 6-5 for the Middies. They try to respond with a three ball of their own by Gannon in the right corner. It's no good. Now Talbot launches from the parking lot off the rim, no good. Talbot's there, actually Gannon's there for the putback. Talbot missed the three-pointer. Gannon's got 4 on the putback. It's 8-5. And we have a shot clock situation here. They're going to reset the play, but right off that Gannon offensive rebound, Brody Gannon, number 10, the Middies applying that full court pressure, trying to force the tempo a little bit. Again, the Middies at 12-5 overall, 10-2 in conference play. The Redmen at 7-8, playing extremely well as of late. 7-8 overall, 6-7 in the division. Off tried the three ball left wing. It misses wide to the right, and Talbot's got it for the Middies. Comes into the forecourt. Bounces it over to Al-Assad. Back to Talbot. To Gannon. Back to Talbot. Left side hash mark. Couple of dribbles into the lane to the free throw line, and she drains it. The Middies off to a 10-5 lead here early going. And the turnover goes through the hands of Ryan. And Felker takes it away. Back to Talbot. To the free throw line. Back to Felker in the left wing. My goodness, Talbot from way downtown. She drains it. She was in lull when she shot that, and she's got it. It's 13-5 now for the Middies. Off to a quick start. The other way, Pitcher in the lane, down the lane, and it's blocked by Felker, ripped out of there by Felker. Ahead of the pack now for Gannon. So the free throw line was Murphy's first shot attempt, no good. Just under 4.5 to play. And into the forecourt quickly was Kat McDonald. She'll go to the free throw line for 2. So we're just under 4.5 played in this first period. And the Middie fouls on number 35, Emma Felker. Kat McDonald quickly down the lane, forcing the tempo. And she's at the line to shoot a pair. The first is away, it's good. As 31 in for the Middies. Amaya Alcazar. Second one for McDonald's, no good, and Alcazar's got the rebound. Should be 13-7. Or actually it's 13-6, I'm sorry. That's correct. 13-6 for the Middies. Gannon lines up the 3 ball from the right wing, no good. It's rebounded by the Redmen. Alyssa Adams checked in, she had the rebound. McDonald quickly now, Ryan, 3 ball left corner, short off the front of the iron. Viets with the offensive rebound, gets it to Adams, they reset the shot clock. Ryan, pump fake from the perimeter, down the lane, off the window, no good. Loose ball, Ryan goes to the floor for the Redmen. Outstanding hustle by Sam Ryan. And the possession arrow favors the Redmen. However, they trail 13-6 with 3:44 left in this first period. Our cameraman tonight, Joey Mirabella. Welcome aboard, Joey, under the tutelage of Brian Dorrington. Here on Tewksbury TV, shot clock at 12. McDonald still with it, left wing. Between the circles now for Ryan with 6 on the shot clock, now 5. Pitcher, cross court to Viets. She's got to take it off the window, no good, and it's a shot clock violation. Great defense by the Dracut Middies right there. Forced the off-balance 3-point attempt from Riley Viets. It did not strike any iron, only glass, and that's a shot clock violation. And here come the Middies quickly. And that's a travel. Talbot skipped it across court to Al-Assad, and she traveled. So a turnover against the Middies. Adams, Ryan, McDonald, Pitcher, and Viets on the floor for the Redmen. And McDonald's got it in the backcourt. She works on Al-Assad's man-to-man, crosses the timeline. Approaching 3 minutes to play in this first period, and a 7-point Middie lead. And Felker originally took it away from Ryan, but Ryan takes it back. Now to Adams. Pitcher, left baseline, stops, pops, it's too strong. And Al-Assad's got the rebound for the Middies. Gets it up to Talbot. Al-Assad, Felker in the left corner, and tried to go inside on the feed to Alcazar, and Ryan picks up the foul over the top. First on Ryan, second on the team. So Mackenzie Murphy checks back in for the Middies, replacing Brody Gannon. 2:38 to play in the first period, a 7-point lead for Dracut. First meeting of the season between these two teams. They're going to play again next week. 3 ball from Felker's no good, too strong. The off-balance layup is good from Al-Assad. And she comes up with the steal. To Talbot, inside, nice pass inside for Felker. She couldn't convert it. Is that Felker? No, it's not Felker. That is Alcazar, I'm sorry. And I do apologize. The hair, the ponytail is kind of, it covers the number on the back. So until they turn around, I'll get the hang of it, perhaps by Wednesday. In the meantime, 3 ball straight on off the front of the iron from off, no good. Veach tried to put it back, no good there. With 2 minutes to play in this first period, a 9-point lead for the Middies. They're off to a quick start in this ball game. Gonna go high-low, according to Coach Witz. Good defense on the perimeter by McDonald. As now Corinne Kumis comes in for the Middies, replacing Felker. With 20 on the shot clock, 1:45 on the game clock here in the first period. Talbot way downtown, good. She's got 10 already in this first period, and it's a 12-point lead for the Middies with 1.5 minutes to play in the first. Off has it poked away, but gets the possession back in the backcourt as Al-Assad poked it away from Off. Here's McDonald's 3-pointer. Left corner, no good. Veets battles for it around the rim and in. Good job by Riley Veets. She's got 4 in the quarter. Cuts the lead to 10 as we approach 1 minute left here in quarter number 1 at the Romano. Talbot, step back 3-pointer, splash. Her third 3-pointer of this first period. She has 13 of the Middie 21. We'll keep it right here. It's now 21-8 with 57.2 ticks left in this first period. Again, I'm Vince Allo here on Tewksbury TV. Our cameraman is Joey Mirabella. Along the way, he raises the hand. Standing next to Mr. Brian Dorrington. And again, I want to remind everyone that the originally scheduled game for this Friday in girls basketball against Lawrence High on senior night, that game has been moved to Thursday night. They had a scheduling conflict here at the Romano, so the girls game originally scheduled for this Friday night will actually be this Thursday night, and we will be here for that. Senior night for many of these girls basketball players should be very emotional, and this team's really put it together in the last couple of weeks. They're really playing well, and Joel Mignol, I talked to him, the head coach, before the game, and he was extremely pleased. They lost a tough one last week, but just like they did last year, latter part of the season, they started to put it together, and that's what they're doing here, although they got a hill to climb tonight, down 13 in this first period. That's Off with it, swings it across the pitcher, tried to go to McDonald, nearly stolen away by Talbot. Off with it again, gets it to pitcher with 15 on the shot clock, 35 on the game clock. Back to McDonald with 10 on the shot clock. Gets it to pitcher on the left wing to the left baseline. Leaves it off now for the 3-pointer from Off was no good, it was short. And they're gonna hold for 1. Shot clock is off with 16, now 15 on the game clock in this first, and a 13-point lead for the Middies. Talbot gets it back, left hash mark, tries to split the defense, and she goes to the floor and picks up a foul on Skylar Off, her first, team's third. Leaves 5.8 seconds left in this first period for the Middies to try to add to that 13-point lead. They inbounds, the 3-ball is no good, and Veets comes away with it. Probably just hold the end of the quarter, and that's what they do. The 3-ball a moment ago by Murphy was long, and that ends play here in the first period. From the Romano in girls basketball on Tewksbury TV, our score after 1, Dracut 21, Tewksbury 8. We'll be back with the second quarter after this timeout. Getting set for the second quarter to start here at the Romano on Tewksbury TV. I'm Vince Allo, along with Joey Mirabella and Brian Dorrington on the camera across the way. 21-8's our score. The Middies were in control the entire first period, thanks to 13 from Ashley Talbot, including 3 3-pointers. Again, having some shot clock difficulties. So Talbot ends the first period with 13, 4 from Gannon, and 2 apiece from Al-Assad and Felker. For the Redmen, McDonald with the free throw, a 3-pointer from Ryan, and 2 buckets for Viets, giving them that 8. So now they're going to reset the game clock. All right, we're good to go. McDonald, the quarterback, into the forecourt, off to Ryan on the left wing. Good man-to-man defense here by the Middies, but Ryan breaks it down and lays it in. Not to be denied. That was all Sam Ryan on that possession for the Redmen. She's got 5 in the ball game. Redmen trail it by 11, 21-10. Al-Assad to the free throw line, over to Murphy on the right wing, right in front of Joel Mignault, and it's an air ball. It was saved initially by Kumis, and the Redmen turn it over in the backcourt. Murphy comes up with it, over to Al-Assad, inside to Alcazar, and she lays it in. Alcazar's in the scorebook, her first 2 points. It's a 13-point lead for the Middies. And a foul in the backcourt on Murphy. That'll be her first, second on the team. As Talbot, the sniper, comes back in. And she had 3 3-pointers in that first period, and 2 of those 3 were close to being out of bounds. She was incredibly deep when she launched them, but nothing but net. Here comes Ryan, just inside the 3-point line. And McDonald runs it down in the corner, and she's held up there, and the possession arrow favors the Dracut Middies. Talbot, Alcazar, Gannon, and Murphy on the floor. And there's Talbot in the lane, down the lane, off the backboard, no good. Battle for it, and Pitcher comes out of there with it for the Redmen. Heaves it long up court to Victoria Lavagna, who's checked in, and they're going to whistle her for a travel at the free throw line. Lavagna in the lineup for the first time tonight for Coach Joel Mignault's Redmen Ball Club. Murphy, Al-Assad, Gannon, Alcazar, and Talbot, unless I said her name twice. It's Gannon with it. Pump fake from the right wing. Floater's no good, and Ryan rips the rebound down and gets it off to McDonald. McDonald quickly in the forecourt, leaves it off for Viets on the left wing. Tries to go inside to Ryan, and she's held up by Murphy. Now the possession arrow favors the Redmen, as in is Dakota Malazia for the first time, replacing Riley Viets for Tewksbury. Murphy out, Felker back in for the Dracut Middies. They get the ball to Malazia off the inbounds, back to Lavagna, to McDonald, straight ahead 3 ball, off the rim, no good, and it's rebounded out of there by Al-Assad. Quickly in the forecourt, to the right wing, stops there, to Talbot. The floater is short, and it goes out of bounds off of Dracut. It'll be Redmen basketball. A little bit of a scoring lull here in this second period. Each team with a bucket. 23-10 is the lead for the Middies, and they apply that full court pressure. Redmen get it into Kat McDonald. Races into the forecourt. Stops in the lane, leaves it back for Malazia. Left baseline, it's off the rim, no good. There's Ryan. Her putback is no good. Battle for it underneath, and Alcazar saves it to Gannon. Gannon quickly ahead, and she's going to be whistled for the charge. Gannon picks up the foul, her first, team's third. Got a timeout taken, 5:14 left in this first half. It's a 13-point lead for the Dracut Middies. We'll be back after this quick timeout on Tewksbury TV. 5:14 left in this first half. 23-10's the score. The Dracut Middies have been in control the entire ball game. Talbot, Gannon, Al-Assad, Felker, and Alcazar on the floor, applying that full court pressure against the Tewksbury Redmen. Red on Valentine's Day. McDonald splits the defense and she's fouled in the backcourt. It's going to be on Ashley Talbot, her first, fourth on the team. Lavarnia, McDonald, pitcher Ryan, and Malazia on the floor for the Redmen, and pitcher's got it. Stops at the left block, hemmed in there. Goes across court for Lavarnia, who has it. Lefty goes into the lane. A shot is blocked out of there by Alcazar. And the other way, a quick fast break, and there's a foul on Kat McDonald for Tewksbury High. 4:57 left in this first half. 23-10. The Middies are on top. Al-Assad works on Lavarnia. Now over to Talbot with pitcher on her. That's a great matchup right there. Gets a monster screen from Alcazar. And it's back to Talbot up top. In the lane, down the lane. Lefty's no good, but she got fouled on the drive, on the shot. That'll be on Victoria Lavarnia, her first, fifth on the team. So after scoring 13 in the first quarter, here's the first opportunity to score in the second quarter for Ashley Talbot. Senior guard gets the first one. Now has 14 in the ball game. 14 of the Middies' 24. Second one's away. It's good. She is some player. 15 in the ball game now for Talbot. The lead is 15. McDonald breaks the pressure into the forecourt. Redmen need a bucket here. McDonald goes in the lane, down the lane, and lays it in. That was all Kat McDonald right there, breaking the press. Surveys the situation and goes all the way for the lefty layup. A bucket the Redmen badly needed to cut that lead to 13. Talbot against pitcher. Gets it over to Gannon now in the lane, cross court. For the shot for Al-Assad, no good, and it's rebounded by the Redmen. Here comes McDonald quickly in the forecourt. Cross court to Ryan behind the arc on the right wing. Back to McDonald. Lines up the three-pointer. Off the iron, no good, and pitcher sneaks in there for the rebound. Gets it into McDonald, cutting down the lane. She lays it in. 5 in the ball game for McDonald. Great hustle by pitcher to keep it alive and find the cutting teammate. The step back for Talbot ends that little run for the Redmen. She's now at 17 in the ball game. And they're going to call her for the foul. That'll be her second. And the fifth on the team. So far the shot selection for Talbot has been well behind the three-point line, and when she's inside the three-point line, she has that quick step back from mid-range, and she drains that one too. McDonald leaves it off inside from Malazia, and she lays it in. Dakota Malazia is in the scorebook now. A quick feed off the cut from McDonald. The lead is cut to 11. Coming up on 3 minutes to play in this first half. Gannon with it on the right wing. On the cut inside for Alcazar, no good, and McDonald takes it away for the Redmen. Actually, that's Lavarnia. Alyssa Adams will check in next whistle. Now that's McDonald with it in the forecourt, and 25 on the shot clock. On the bounce to Malazia, right wing. Harassed out there by Felker, who goes to the ground. Gets it up for pitcher's three-pointer, around the rim and out. That was 3/4 of the way down, but it rattled out, and here comes the Middies. Short stop shot is good in the lane by Al-Assad. Puts the lead back up to 13 with 2:22 left in the first half. McDonald quickly in the forecourt to Ryan, cross court to pitcher, now to Malazia, right baseline, and that one rattles out. I feel like I'm at the fair trying to get the free throw to drop it. Consecutive misses for the Redmen that just about went down. Down the lane goes Talbot, no good, but the rebound is put back up and in by Alcazar. Leads up to 15, under 2 minutes to play in the first half. Pitcher the other way, the Euro step, no good, but she runs it down for a fresh shot clock, and she takes it left wing and nails it. First 2 points of the ball game for Emily Pitcher, and she's been everywhere in the first half for the Redmen. Coming up on a minute and a half to play, the Redmen trail it by 13, 31-18. Palisade over to Talbot. The floater from the left wing, no good, and it's rebounded by Pitcher. To Lavarnia, now to McDonald. Redmen can cut it to 10 with a three-pointer here on this possession. That's Ryan with it, left of the lane, over to Pitcher. 20 on the shot clock, coming up on a minute to play. Pitcher gets it off to Ryan, 3-ball, left corner, off the back of the iron, no good, and it's rebounded by Alcazar. Looking well up the court, tried to get it for Alcazar on the cut, no good, and Malazia took it away, and we have a timeout from Coach Joel Mignault. We'll keep it right here. 50.6 seconds left in this first half. And despite all the offensive flurry from the Dracut middies in that first period, especially 13 from Talbot, who now has 17, the Redmen are hanging around, and this is a big possession here as we come up on the latter stages of the first half. Like I said in the previous possession, a three-pointer would cut the lead to 10. So let's see what Coach Joel Mignault does during the huddle. Trying to cut into that lead. Redmen at 7-8 overall, 6-7 in the conference. The middies 12-5 overall and 10-2 in conference play. It's the first matchup between these two this year. I guess the one that's going to be played next week is the makeup game from a snow date earlier in the season. So the Redmen will see the middies twice within a week's span. I don't know, having to see Ashley Talbot twice in a week is not an ideal situation. What is ideal is the Redmen converting on this possession here off the Coach Joel Mignault timeout. McDonald gets a screen from Veets, tries to go to Veets, and it's knocked away by Alcazar. Leaves the Redmen with 20 on the shot clock and 36.5 on the game clock. The Redmen possession, much to the chagrin, I might add, of head coach Peter Witz of Dracut. Thought it went out off of a Tewksbury player. It did not. They get the ball to Adams. 3-ball is away, around the rim and out. Malazia battles for it with Alcazar, and Alcazar wins the battle. Shot clock is off, and Coach Witz says one shot. That's Al-Assad. Now to Murphy. Crosses over at the free throw line with 16 on the game clock. Al-Assad again works on Lavarnia. Gets a screen up top by Alcazar and goes down the lane, and she got fouled. It's going to be on Dakota Malazia. Sixth on the team. So with 5.9 seconds left, it's going to send Lamise Alazad to the free throw line to shoot two, and the first one misses. In any event, the Redmen are going to have an opportunity to get the last look at the bucket here in the first half. Plenty of time, 5.9 seconds left as Al-Assad misses them both. Dakota Malzia's got the rebound, gets it up to Veets with 2 seconds. And the three-pointer off the backboard and no good. It would have counted had it gone. It didn't, so it won't from McDonald. That ends play here in the first half. From high above the Romano on Tewksbury TV, our score at the half. Dracut 31, Tewksbury 18. We'll be back with the second half after this timeout. And Joey Mirabella is our cameraman tonight. So we have Macarelli as an official and Mirabella as a cameraman. Say that 5 times fast without spraining an ankle. Might be just about impossible. The middies will open the second half with the first possession. That's Al-Assad against Off. Felker on the cut to Talbot. She's going to go to the free throw line to shoot 2 on the first possession. Second on Viets, first on the team. Talbot was 17 in that first half. She had 13 of those in the first period. She's now 3 of 3 at the free throw line, and the lead is now 14. I think it was as much as 15 for the Middies in that first half. And Talbot doink broadcasters jinx. Now 3 of 4 at the line, but the loose ball was run down by Gannon. Fresh shot clock for the Middies, and the ball is knocked away by Emily Pitcher against Talbot with 27 on the shot clock. We're just underway here in the third period. It's a 14-point lead for the Dracut Middies. To Murphy, off the inbounds, a step-back three-pointer, no good, and Sam Ryan takes the rebound away. Gets it off to Kat McDonald. To Off on the baseline, goes across court to Pitcher. Her shot no good, blocked from behind, but she got fouled. That is going to be the third on Ashley Talbot. First on the team, but the third on Talbot with a game-high 18 points already. And here comes Emily Pitcher now to shoot 2 for the Redmen. First one's away, it's good. Ryan Viets, Off, McDonald, and Pitcher, who's at the line and misses the second of 2. She gets 1 on that possession as Felker gets the rebound now. Al-Assad in the forecourt, nearly pulled away by Off. Talbot tried to save it. It comes up into the hands of Riley Viets. Spins away, gets it off to Off from the right wing, no good. Underneath for Pitcher, the rebound is up and good. Just like that, they've cut it to 11. Emily Pitcher with 3 points here in this third period, 5 on the ball game. Just over a minute gone in the third period. 11-point lead for the Dracut Middies. They go inside for Felker. Her shot no good, and Viets is going to pick up her third. So Emma Felker will go to the free throw line to shoot a pair, much to the chagrin of Redmen head coach Joel Mignol. He thought it was all ball. And Felker misses the first. Is Brooklyn in the game? Yes, she is. Brooklyn DeGrischi checking in, number 24 for the first time, replacing Viets, who checks out with those 3 fouls now. And she missed them both, and just like that, Brooklyn gets the rebound. DeGrischi off the bench, quick rebound. Pitcher off the McDonald feed, back to DeGrischi, three-pointer off the front of the iron, and it's run down by McDonald in the corner, and a fresh 32 on the shot clock. Chance to cut it to single digits here on this possession. Pitcher crosses over in the lane, down the lane, goes to the floor for it, gets it off to McDonald, and she traveled. And I believe that is Al-Assad who was shaken up. She'll remain in as Alcazar comes in for Talbot, who has to sit down with those 3 fouls. 18 in the ball game points-wise, with 3 fouls for Ashley Talbot. She's on the bench. Almost 2 minutes gone here in the third. It's an 11-point lead. Great defense out top by Skylar Off. Gannon has it on the bounce to Murphy with 20 on the shot clock. Back to Gannon, left wing, right in front of the bench. Over to Alcazar. Her runner off the window's good. That's Al-Assad, I'm sorry. Al-Assad with the floater from the right wing. Lead back to 13, and Pitcher scores, and she got fouled. Fouls on Emma Felker, her second on the team. 5 in the quarter already for Emily Pitcher, looking to make it 6, and what an athletic move down the lane. Converts to three-point play, cuts the lead to 10. And the Redmen applying some full-court pressure, and they get the turnover. Al-Assad lost it off the off defense, right below our camera angle, across the way from us here, high above the Romano court. chance to cut into that 10-point lead for the Redmen. McDonald on the perimeter. Leaves it for Off. Right wing three-pointer. Good! The shots that wouldn't rattle down in the first half rattled down here in the third. The Redmen have closed it to 7. 34-27 with exactly 5.5 to play in this third. We'll be back with more action here on Tewksbury TV after this quick timeout.
Right back in. Right back in. Move the door out. It's
9-3.
Let them come back in. We gave it. They'll break it down. Let's go.
Well, the last couple of possessions for the Redmen, we've seen each version of the three-pointer. The conventional one on the pitcher, layup and the foul. She converted the free throw. The next possession, Skylar Off nails the three-pointer from the right wing, right in front of the Redmen bench. Cuts the lead to 7, and they apply the full court pressure off the timeout. And keep in mind, Talbot still on the bench for the Middies with those 3 fouls. Key stretch in this ball game. Al-Assad quickly in the lane, down the lane, off the window and in. Lamise Al-Assad took it coast to coast for the bucket. Pushes the lead back to 9. She's got 8 in the ball game, Al-Assad. Pitcher, three-pointer, hits the top of the backboard, and it's run down by McDonald, and it's stolen by Al-Assad. To the lane, bucket's good, and she got fouled. She's got 6 in the quarter, looking to make it the last 5. That foul's on McDonald, her second, team's third. And just like that, the lead is back to 11. It was 7 a moment ago. As Casey Sandin checks in for the first time tonight for the Middies, replacing Mackenzie Murphy. What a stretch for Lamise Al-Assad. Around the rim, no good, and Ryan has the rebound, but she can't control it on the baseline. It'll be Middie basketball. 10 in the ball game for Al-Assad for the Middies, and 6 in the quarter. Off the inbounds, Felker, excuse me. Back to Al-Assad on the bounce, inside for the layup. Found a wide open Alcazar, she laid it in. It was 7 a moment ago and a 6-0 run now for the Middies, pushing it back to 13. McDonald lines up the 3-ball, off the rim, no good. Pitcher's there for the putback, it's blocked inside by Alcazar, and Ryan runs it down on the perimeter, and she got fouled. Let's see what the foul's on. It's on Brody Gannon, her second, third on the team here in the second half. 4.5 to play in this third. And again, it was 7 points a moment ago at 34-27. It's now 40-27. So a quick 6-0 run for the Middies. Push the lead back up to 13, which is where we are. Off, 3-ball, left wing. Misses everything, and Brooklyn DeGreci runs it down. No new shot clock because it was an air ball. Pitcher in the lane, leaves it back for McDonald, 3-ball. Good! DeGreci got the rebound, got it to pitcher, who got it to McDonald. She nailed the 3-pointer. It's back to a 10-point deficit. And we got a reach in on Skylar Off. That'll be her second. Off, McDonald, DeGreci, pitcher, and Ryan on the floor for the Redmen. Midway through this third, and a foul on the inbounds against Off. That's going to be her third. And Alyssa Adams will come in quickly to send Skylar Off to the bench with those 3 fouls. Had that big 3-pointer a few minutes ago to cut the lead to 7. It's now a 10-point lead for the Middies with the basketball as Felker has it, top of the key. Inside for Alcazar. They swing it around the corner. Gannon, the floater around the rim and in for Al-Assad. 8 in the quarter, 12 in the ball game. So when Talbot goes to the bench with 3 fouls, Lamise Al-Assad picks up the slack, but she picks up a foul. It's only her first. Fourth on the team here in the third period. And Victoria Lavarnia checks in for the Redmen, replacing Emily Pitcher. Adams to Grieche. And a warning was issued to the assistant coach for the Dracut Middies. The ball was deflected in the backcourt, and Lavarnia runs it down. Lavarnia, McDonald, Adams, DeGrieshi, Ryan on the floor. And there's Lavarnia in the lane, down the lane. Loose ball ends up back with Lavarnia in the corner. Cross court for Adams to the free throw line. Stops, pops, nails it. First two of the ball game for Adams, and we're back to a 10-point deficit for the Redmen. Coming up on 3 minutes to play in the third. Way downtown for Felker, off the rim, no good. Ryan's got the rebound. Here come the Redmen, trying to cut it to under 10 with just under 3 to play in this third. McDonald, give and go, back to McDonald. Shot is blocked out of there by Alcazar. It'll still be Redmen basketball with 21 on the shot clock, 2:47 on the game clock. Middies lead it by 10, 42-32. Off the inbounds to Grieche, three ball, right corner. Splat! Is Brooklyn in the house? Yes, for the three-pointer. The lead has been cut to 7 again. And Al-Assad goes to the floor, and she's fouled. Out top by Victoria Lavarnia. That's her second. 6th on the team. So the Redmen 1 foul away from being over the limit the rest of the way here tonight. Only 14 fouls on the Middies. But Brooklyn to Grieche pressed into action here in the third, and she has responded. A couple of rebounds and a big three-pointer a moment ago to cut the lead to 7. Al-Assad, doink off the iron, no good. Loose ball is run down by Adams. Long ahead of the pack for Ryan. The lefty to the lane, off the window, no good. Good defense inside by Sandin to keep Ryan away from the bucket. Felker now thought about the three-pointer from the parking lot, but she goes into the lane, lobs it inside, it's rebounded, it's tapped out of there by the Redmen, and now Alyssa Adams has it. Adams, Ryan, McDonald, Lavarnia, and DeGrieche on the floor. And here comes McDonald, off the window on the reverse, no good. Blocked out of there by Alcazar. They're stuck at that 7-point deficit, and what a shot the other way by Lamise Al-Assad. And a warning on number 31, Alcazar. But the story in this third period has been Lamise Al-Assad. She's got 10 in the quarter, 14 in the ball game. And how she got that one to go in, I'll never know. Off balance, took a lot of contact on the right side, and nailed it. Minute and a half to play in the third. Redmen only trail it by 9. They trailed by as many as 15 or 16 in this ball game. Malazia's into the ball game. She had it a moment ago. And McDonald goes to the lane. A lot of contact, nothing called, and it's rebounded by Dracut. Here comes Lamise Al-Assad into the forecourt, down the lane, met there by Lavarnia. And we have a foul on Lavarnia. That'll put the Redmen over the limit now. That's the third on Lavarnia. And Al-Assad's going to go to the free throw line to shoot a pair. Or 1-and-1 actually, they called it on the drive. Emily Pitcher checks in real quickly now for Alyssa Adams. Already 10 in the quarter, 14 in the ball game for Lamise Al-Assad. Only a junior. Terrific. First free throw's good. Now, this is partly why this Dracut Midi team is 12-5 overall and 10-2 in the conference. When their star player Ashley Talbot checked out, Lamise Al-Assad has picked up the slack. Misses the second, but the lead is back to 10 for the Dracut Middies. McDonald leaves it off for Pitcher. Crosses over back to McDonald. Cross court to Lavarnia. Three ball right wing, no good. Long rebound. Going to the floor is Brooklyn to Grieche. She goes to the floor and ties up Dracut, and the possession arrow favors Tewksbury. We'll keep it right here. So a quick timeout for Redmond coach Joe McNaught with 54.4 left on the clock in this third period. It's a fresh 32 for the Redmen. Only trail it by 10. They've had it to 7 on 2 occasions here in this third period. But I think back to the first half of the Andover game, how well the Redmen played, and that proved that they can play with anybody, and they're showing it again here tonight. Once they got down by 15 or 16, they could have folded and just coasted the rest of the way, but this team does not quit. They have battled back. Still trail it by 10, but have an opportunity to cut into that lead out of this timeout. The Greasy pitcher, McDonald, Melizia and Lavarnia on the floor for the Redmen. Off the inbounds to Greasy. They swing it right to left. Lavarnia, 3-ball. Good! Executed to perfection off the inbounds. Ends up in the hands of Lavarnia. She nailed it. Down the lane, no good. And it's rebounded out of there by McDonald. They're going to hold for 1. The shot clock is off. 22 on the clock. Melizia back to pitcher. Thought about the 3, but they're still looking for a little bit more time off the clock. To Greasy, to McDonald. With 10, cross court to Lavarnia. With 7, Lavarnia. Melizia, left baseline, off the rim, no good. Nearly ripped out of there by McDonald, and that ends play here in the third. The Redmen have battled back, they've clawed, and they've hung around. They trail it by 7 as we head to the fourth here at the Romano. Our score after 3. Dracut 45, Tewksbury 38. We'll be back with an exciting fourth quarter after this quick timeout. We are in store for an exciting final 8 minutes of regulation here tonight at the Romano. The Redmen outscoring the Middies 20-14 in that third to cut the lead to 7. They've got the first possession of the fourth coming up. 14 threes in that third. McDonald, Lavarnia off, and DeGreasy each with a 3 in that third, leading the way. 11 the other way in the quarter for Alisad for the Middies. Here's pitcher. Lane opens up wide. She misses the floater in the middle. And here's Talbot, who's just checked back in with those 3 fouls. End to end, and misses the layup, but she got fouled. And that's on Brooklyn DeGreasy, her first. Team already over the limit, but Ashley Talbot, who had to go to the bench in that third with those 3 fouls, nobody picked her up. Took it the length of the floor and gets the first of 2. The lead is 8. I'm Vince Allo here on Tewksbury TV. Our cameraman, Joey Mirabella, and now Brian Dorrington, bringing you this action here on Tewksbury TV. Lane violation against the shooter, Ashley Talbot. Sam Ryan came up with a rebound anyway. That was a no-doubter. It's a Tewksbury possession. Lavarnia, Ryan, pitcher, McDonald, and DeGreasy on the floor for the Redmen. Trail it by 8. Just underway here in this fourth quarter. On the backdoor cut, no good by McDonald. Ryan tried it, no good. And it's rebounded by Gannon. Run down now into the forecourt for Talbot. Euro step, left side of the lane, good. Some player, I tell you what, she's got 21 in the ball game. The lead is back to 10. Almost a minute gone here in the fourth. McDonald, cross court to DeGreasy from the right baseline, no good. McDonald tried to save it, battled with Ryan in there, and the Middies come up with it. Talbot the other way, stops on the right side of the lane, around the rim and in. And just like that, it's up to 12. A 6-0 run, or 5-0 run, I'm sorry, to start things off here in the fourth. A lot of contact, and McDonald went to the floor. as Al-Assad had the ball poked away under the basket. It'll be midi basketball. Just about a minute and a half gone here in this fourth. A 12-point lead for Dracut High. Talbot in the lane, leaves it off now for Gannon. Her three-pointer's good. And a timeout, Tewksbury. An 8-0 run here to start this fourth period has pushed that lead back up to 15. It was 7 to start the fourth. We'll keep it right here. So a quick 8-0 burst by the middies, forcing Coach Joel McNaught to take that quick timeout here with 6:17 left here in the fourth. Let's see what the Redmen do coming out of this timeout. And again, the game that was originally scheduled for this Friday for senior night for the girls basketball program here at Tewksbury High against Lawrence, originally scheduled for Friday evening, is now Thursday evening. So a little programming note if you're watching right now live, and I hope you are, and I hope you're enjoying the coverage on Tewksbury TV. That game will be Thursday at 6:30 as opposed to Friday at 6:30. And we will be here to bring you the coverage. Lavarnia, McDonald, Pitcher, DeGreci, and Ryan. The 5 on the floor for the Redmen, trailing by 15. McDonald to Lavarnia, 3-ball, left wing, splash! They needed that bucket, cuts the lead to 12. Talbot collides with Lavarnia and loses the ball. Lavarnia with Pitcher ahead of the pack, quick bounce pass, off the window and in. Beautiful job of the fast break by the Redmen. They cut the lead to 10, a quick 5-0 run off the timeout. Al-Assad leaves it back for Murphy. That's going to be a charge. Lavarnia in there to take the charge on Murphy. Second on Murphy, only the 5th on the team. A game of swings, and right now it's swinging towards the Redmen. And off the inbounds, they couldn't inbounds it. Lavarnia tried to go to McDonald, and the one-man press, also known as Lamis Al-Assad, forced the turnover in the backcourt. It'll be midi basketball with a fresh 35. Talbot works on Pitcher. That's a great matchup right there, those two. Talbot backs it out, crosses over, off balance, no good, rebounded by Ryan. Outlets it to McDonald. McDonald races into the forecourt now. Leaves it off in the corner for Lavarnia, 3 balls away. Short, it's an air ball, and Murphy has the rebound for the middies. That would have been enormous for the Redmen. But they trail it by 10. Coming up on 3 minutes gone here in the fourth frame. 53-43, the middies with the lead and the basketball. That's Talbot. Got 5 in the quarter already. On the backdoor cut is good for Felker, and she got fouled. And Lavarnia picks up her 3rd. Riley Veach checks back in now. She'll give Sam Ryan a quick blow. And another sub is Skylar Oth will come in, replacing Victoria Lavarnia. That play right there was just Talbot with it on the perimeter. Got the high screen from Felker, and Felker just fell back, went to the bucket, and the lob pass was good from Talbot, but the free throw, however, was not good. So it's still a 12-point lead for the middies. As McDonald gets it to Pitcher on the left wing, back to McDonald. Down the lane, shot blocked by Felker and taken away by Felker. 4.5 to play in the fourth. Middies with that 12-point lead and the basketball. Talbot off to Gannon, air ball from the left corner. And it'll remain midi basketball. And Mackenzie Murphy will come to the bench, and Amaya Alcazar will come back in for Dracut High. Brody Gannon will put the ball in the play on the right baseline. Middies with 15 on the shot clock. Talbot has it on the right wing, works on pitcher's defense. Tries to go inside for the turnaround, is good for Alcazar. Off the Talbot feed. Lead back to 14 midway through this fourth period. McDonald works on Alcazar, or Alisad, I'm sorry. To the grease, she tried to go to Veets. Veets runs it down near midcourt. She's fouled by Felker. 6th on the team, 3rd on Felker. .348 left in this fourth, in regulation anyway. And off the inbounds, DeGreci was battling with Felker, and I think they're going to get DeGreci with the push-off. Yep. 2nd on DeGreci, and the Redmen already over the limit, so Emma Felker will go to the free throw line for a 1-and-1. Actually, it's going to be 2. That's the 10th team foul, so it's 2 shots now for Emma Felker. First is away, doink off the back of the rim. And Sam Ryan goes to the scorer's table after getting a quick breather. Will replace Brooklyn DeGreci, who gave Coach Joel McNult great minutes off the bench here tonight. Second shot for Felker. That one misses as well, and Ryan clears the rebound. Off to McDonald. Veets, Ryan, McDonald off, and pitcher on the floor for the Redmen. Ryan, the runner down the lane, no good, and she got fouled. She's been held in check. She's only got 5 in the ball game. Brody Gannon picks up her 3rd, 7th on the team, but Sam Ryan, number 14, the Southpaw senior, goes to the line for the first time tonight to shoot a pair and gets the first one. .57-44, Dracut. Here's the second one from Ryan. That one's good. 3.5 to play in regulation. 12-point lead for the Middies with the basketball at the timeline for Talbot. To the left wing, now to Gannon. 3-ball in the left corner. Off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Ryan. Looking around and gets it off to McDonald, the senior quarterback. Number 1. Good pressure defense by Alisad in the backcourt, but McDonald breaks the press. Gets it to Ryan. Short from the front, the left baseline, and she nails it. Short mid-range shot off the McDonald feed, and just like that, it's down to 10. The Middies get it in the forecourt with Talbot, cross-court to Gannon. Gannon down the lane, off the rim and out. Almost went in. Veets is going to pick up her 4th. But Brody Gannon will go to the line now to shoot a pair. As Vicky Lavagna will be at the scorer's table to check in right after this first Gannon free throw, which misses. Corinne Kumas back in for the Middies, replacing Alcazar, and Skylar Roth gets a break here for the Redmen as she missed them both. Both misses for Gannon, and a backcourt foul on Gannon. Eighth on the team and 4th on Brody Gannon. This is the ideal scenario now for Coach McNult. Chance to shoot free throws, a 1-and-1 situation for McDonald, so a chance to cut that 10-point lead with the clock stopped. It's a 1-and-1 now for Kat McDonald. It's away, it's good. Hits the front end. She's going to look at the second one here. It's down to 9. Chance to cut it to 8 with 2:47 left in the fourth period, and she does it. 10 in the ball game for McDonald, and the Redmen still hanging around, only trail it by 8. They try to double team at the midcourt line, and Gannon has it in the forecourt, back to Alisad, and almost stolen away by McDonald. Talbot, Alisad, Gannon, Felker and Kumis on the floor for Dracut. 2.5 to play in regulation. 8-point lead for Dracut High with the basketball. Al-Assad leaves it off for Talbot down the lane. A lot of contact, but she missed it, and Viets comes away with it. Ahead of the pack now. That's Lavarnia off the McDonald feed. McDonald now, backdoor cut to the layup, no good, but she double dribbled. Excuse me. Almost converted the backdoor cut, McDonald, but she double dribbled. As we come up on 2 minutes to play in regulation. Talbot, Euro step, spins it off the rim, no good, and Pitcher comes out of there with it. We got an offensive foul on Emily Pitcher. Talbot missed the layup. Pitcher cleared the defensive rebound, and they whistle Pitcher for the push-off. Player control foul, no free throws. Only the first on Pitcher. Off the inbounds, Kumis has it, right corner to Al-Assad, now to Talbot. On the bounce, Gannon, left corner, back to Talbot. 25 on the shot clock. Left elbow is good for Talbot. 7 in the quarter, 25 in the ball game. The lead is now 10 with 1:40 to play here in this fourth. We'll keep it right here. The Redmen cut it down to as little as 7, I believe, here in the second half. And a couple of quick runs to respond by the Dracut middies. They've always answered the bell here, so to speak. And during the timeout, substitution, Mackenzie Murphy will be checking back in for Dracut High. The Redmen at 7-8 on the season, looking to even up their record overall, and 6-7 in conference play, so they could, 2 birds, 1 stone, they could get to the 500 mark both overall and in the conference. The middies at 12-5 overall and 10-2 in conference play. Let's see what Coach McNult has drawn up for his Redmond Ball Club, who send out McDonald, Lavarnia, Pitcher, Ryan, and Viets. And Lavarnia will slowly walk it up from the backcourt to the timeline. Stops between the circles, held there, and she tried to find Pitcher, and Pitcher was thinking, I'm going to go backdoor on the baseline, and Lavarnia threw it away. So with 1:28 to play, the Redmen turn it over, trailing by 10. Possessions are at a premium right now for Tewksbury High. Nearly stolen away in the backcourt by Lavarnia, and Al-Assad beats Lavarnia into the forecourt to Gannon. Now to Talbot. She's fouled by Pitcher. That's going to send Ashley Talbot to the free throw line to shoot 2 now as the Redmen over the limit. 25 in the ball game for Ashley Talbot. I'm told she just got her 1,000th point last week, and we can see why. Although she misses the first free throw here. Remember her from a year ago. She's gotten better since then. Gets the second. 26 in the ball game now. The lead is 11. Redmond got to get points in a hurry here as we're coming up on about a minute to play. It's 1:10 to be exact. Lavarnia down the lane with the left hand. Good. Froze with the pump fake and a steal. Pitcher on the inbounds. Looking, tries to go to a backdoor Viets, and Viets will pick up the foul as Felker on the steal. Fifth on Viets. That'll do it for Riley Viets here tonight. Viets will foul out with 4 points. Oh, the Redmen had a chance there. Pitcher on the steal. Off the inbounds. They trail it by 9. So Coach McNult's going to take all of the opportunity here off the Viets fouling out situation. He'll send in Skylar off. McDonald off, Lavarnia, Pitcher, and Ryan on the floor for the Redmen. And at the line will be Emma Felker, shooting 2. She's 0 for 3 here in this 4th period at the line. Make it 0 for 4. The deficit remains 9 for the Redmen. Second one for Felker's good. She gets 1 of 2, and the lead is 10. Clock moving, as is McDonald, with 50 seconds left in this 4th. On the bounce, off, 3 balls away, off the rim, no good. McDonald put back, no good. Ryan battles for it, out of bounds off of Sam Ryan. It'll be midi basketball. And Murphy will put it in play. Gets it to Felker, back to Murphy in the backcourt, hands it off to Talbot. Into the forecourt now. Coming up on half a minute to play. Hands the ball off to Al-Assad. She dances there to Murphy in the corner. And Murphy picks up the foul. That'll be on Lavarnia, that's her 5th. 5th on Lavarnia. She fouls out with 8 in the ball game. And Mackenzie Murphy will be at the line to shoot a pair for the Middies as Alyssa Adams comes in to replace Lavarnia. Number 13, Murphy looks at the first one. It goes wide right. Senior guard Mackenzie Murphy. The Redmen battled all evening long, and she misses badly to the right. The Redmen battled all evening long. I think they trailed the most was at 16. They cut it down to 6 or 7 here in the second half. But turnovers like this one right here, as Adams lost control of it, and Murphy went to the floor and is tied up with Adams, and the possession arrow favors the Middies as Murphy comes out and Sandin back in with 19.6 on the clock. The JV game earlier won by Dracut by 7, 37-30. The Middies looking to make it a sweep here tonight at the Romano, and they're 10 seconds away from doing so. As Talbot has it knocked away by Pitcher, and Talbot goes to the floor. Held ball situation. Let's see what they call. They're going to call a foul on Pitcher. All right. 3rd on Pitcher. With 2.3 left in the ball game. Talbot at the line to shoot 2. 26 in the ball game for Ashley Talbot. Make it 27. The lead is 10. Gutsy performance tonight for Coach Joel McNoll and his Redmond Ball Club. And Talbot gets them both. 63-51. That will be your final score here tonight at the Romano. The Redmen dropped to 7-9 overall and 6-8 in league play. The Middies improved to 13-5 overall and 11-2 in league play. It's our final score here in girls basketball on Tewksbury TV. From the Romano, the final, Dracut 63, Tewksbury 51. For Brian Dorrington and our cameraman Joey Mirabella, I'm Vince Allo, wishing you all a very happy and safe rest of your Tuesday, a Valentine's night, I might add. Again, the final from the Romano, Dracut 63, Tewksbury 51. We'll see you on Thursday night for the girls' senior night. Have a great evening, everyone.